Welcome to day 4 of the camper build. I just cleaned out the van this morning, all the boxes out, so I just thought I'd mock up the size of the seating area. So this is the gangway size that will be here when the 2 beds are down, which is, it's ideal really. And these are the acoustic panels that just flop onto the top of the bed area just to smooth out any irregularities that might be on here. And so my mission today is to get all of these hinged. I've shown you a few times already, but the hinge is going here and here, and then that folds up the hinge on there like that out of the way, so you can have that one up and just have these 2 out here seating, and you've got stuff you can put your beer in here while you're eating on the amazing table that's coming. That's one thing I'll have to check, is the table height. Good point. Whilst sat here, you don't want the table up here or too low, so I'll have to figure out exactly how high that is. But so overnight, the news is spreading. I got a call from Kevin McLeod from Grand Designs with some questions about the project, and his first question was the budget. I put $1,000 on the budget cost. He was very interested to know why I put 1,000, and am I still sticking to that? So yeah, it's I got $1,000 back from my health insurance. So basically, that number was just in my mind because I was pleased I got $1,000 back. I cut my hand in a nightclub being silly. And so I got some money back. So I got $1,000. So I thought, well, that's a good number to have a crack at and see how much I can get done for that. So all of the roof paneling, all of these boxes, all of my screws and bits and bobs and everything like that. All of these acoustic panels as well. These are $50 for 2 of them. I've got 2 different colors, as you can see there, just to give some structure. So basically, I've spent $1,000 already, including the garden shed, which I've been banned from putting up as well. But the garden shed it's not going to look like a garden shed when it's finished. I'm probably gonna clad it like that with these side panels, so it won't look like a garden shed. It'll look like a sauna. But that's to be decided. Maybe we'll paint it. It could be quite cool, painted, sanded and painted. So we'll have to take that as it comes. When the actual shed arrives, we can have a look how high it's going to be and everything like that. So including the shed and including all the boxes, the roofing and lighting strips. I've got some reels to do the lighting strip beams. It's come to 1,200. So I'm 20% over budget at the moment. But as it stands, just to get the van trippable, that's going to cover it. Obviously, then doing the new sidewalls. If we do the sidewalls, the same acoustic panels, which I think we're going to have to, because the roofs look so good, the walls look really shit. So I'm going to do those as well, but I'm not going to be able to do that this week. So in my 1,000 franc cool camper mission, I'm just over budget if I include the $300 kitchen garden shed. So if I'm not including the garden shed, I've spent 900. So I am under budget. Kevin's second question was how are the stress levels? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, Kev. Thanks, man. Taking it easy, but working hard. I'm up early today. It's 8:15, and I've emptied the van already. Set these out just to get a visual feel for how it's going to be chilling out on these boxes. And apart from that, I'm not very stressed now. I've told Fabs about the whole idea of doing this and selling the big camper, and I've been able to let off a bit of steam. It was obviously I didn't want it to come back from a holiday and just be horrified about the situation. So I decided to break it to her, so that took a weight off my mind, and hopefully she's coming around to the idea. She's got a few days to get used to the idea while she's away with her friends in Amsterdam. And so yeah, that was it really. Kev was very nice to chat to. And oh yeah, the other last question was time frame. So it it's actually 6 days, not 7 days, because Fabs is coming back on the overnight train on Saturday night, so she'll get here Sunday morning. So I've lost a day, so I'm having to do as much as I can in 6 days, but it's actually 5 days because this room and the back room here in the house is absolutely full of all the stuff out the old camper. So I'm going to have to do a full day of rearranging the house and cleaning before Fabs gets back, so she doesn't get back to a bombs dropped kind of situation with the crap all over the place. So yeah, I want everything to look nice, but that I'm going to do on Saturday. Saturday, my shop is open here, beer shop, and I'll clean the house on Saturday. So I've got today, Thursday, tomorrow, Friday to crack on and get the grass down and get these boxes done, and then we'll take it from there. So yeah, the timeline's looking good. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for asking, and yeah, I'll keep you posted during the day as usual, and we'll see how the day progresses. Cheers. First problem of the day. Those are sitting proud on the floor. Now taking up the carpet. I remember that they're there, so I had to take the one off, but they're through the floor and they're mounting bolts, so they're mega, mega, mega tight. And doing it with just this little fella wasn't cutting the mustard, so I've invented the longest Allen key in the world, which is great. So if you ever need to get a bit more leverage, just find a little tube ski, which my handyman neighbour happened to have lying right inside the garage door, so that worked out very well. It works great, proper good. So yeah, problem solved. So just taking out the mounting point and then putting that back so that it's below floor level, so it gives me a nice flat base to work the cases round the wheel arch hub thing. But this thing's great. Look at that. There's no way you'd be able to do that with just a little thing. Nah, I can't even close to moving it. It's super easy. Well, I mean, it's not easy, but it works. Winner. The little super Allen key bolt. Got to take off these lovely door hinges as well, unfortunately. The box is going to go there, so it won't fit, but that's super useful because that holds the door open and stop the door swinging out into traffic. And you can move that off, and then they go all the way around and fold out. They'll still fold out all the way around, but that's got to go. So first terrifying job of the day is cutting the grass, which I'm not showing you until it's in the van. But I've got the template here from the old carpet, which I think I'm actually going to put back in as underlay. So I've got a chalk crayon thing, so I'm just going to draw around this, leaving this is the back end obviously around the wheel arches, so I'm going to leave a little tab at the end here that can be tucked back in or rolled out the back doors. Probably end up chopping that off, but we'll see. So I have left a little bit. These bits weren't quite right on the last van. I cut it off and it needed another centimetre, so I've left that on this one, so I don't have to cut this left edge, which is going to be the door side. Straighten that up a little fraction, and so this left edge doesn't get cut. This I've left a little bit more at the front just to buffer up to the back of the seats. I might actually do that just a little bit more because the back of the seats are pretty messy. So yeah, I'll probably pull it down the other way, so I might not have to cut that back bit off. But yeah, that's the first job of the day. It's going to change everything. Well, it's not the first job of the day. I had to take off all the hinges and restraining bolts and things that you've just seen in the previous vids. So it's now 10:30. Just had my coffee and I'm gonna do the cut. Okay, big moment. Let's see what happens. It was never going to do it. I need to pull it quite a bit your way, which means I'm going to lift you up. That should go. Well, it's not too small, that's the main thing. A few rucks and ridges. I'm pretty sure it's going to be better with the old carpet underneath. Ha! Fantastico. Just need to pull it straight. That bit can go up there. Kind of fits there as well. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And it's not high, so I was worried that the boxes wouldn't fold out and sit straight, but it's the thinnest grass that they had that had got actual grass on it and not was just kind of felt. Sweet. Looks awesome. Right, fit it properly now. So here we are, the last little section of the wheel arch goes inside these two at the back here, and then these are folding up. So what I've been doing all afternoon is putting in hinges. I managed to break a few, so it's been quite a mission. Not quite as easy as I thought it was going to be. Without cracking, I should have got wider hinges so I could have put the hinge down the end, but I was trying to keep them as small as possible, really, just to visually keep them out of the way. But it's working. Going in. I've only split 2, now 3. But it's very, very tender. But they're not really going to be used as hinges that much, because when we're camping they're going to be down as a bed or down as seats. They're not going to be in the kind of the carry mode or the work mode. So the hinges don't need to do a lot of work. It's not like a door every day. This one is going to crack as well. It's right on the edge. I noticed when I was watching the videos back that when I was drilling the ceiling with this microphone cut off while the noise was really bad, which was quite handy for you guys watching, if anybody's watching. So basically, it doesn't matter where you put the hinge as long as they're in line with each other, obviously. But over the gap, do you put it left of the gap, right of the gap, middle of the gap, or middle where there is no gap because they're touching, so there is no gap as such. But I found it's better to do one side first, the higher side first, if there is a little variation, because if you force it, it bent the lock. So I bent this lock quite substantially by having one case just a little bit higher than the other, and then I had the hinge here, and I sort of bent it backwards somehow. But not ruin the project. This is right on the edge. This one, oh, got away with it. So yeah, just 2 more boxes to hinge. Well, 4 more boxes, 2 more sets, and we can see what it looks like. The grass is down. It looks it looks great. 2 people have seen it. My landlord's wife, and she went, "Oh, that's amazing! Fabian's gonna love that." And I'm like, "Yeah, that'll be nice if she does." But so here we go. Dun, dun, dun. It folds out the way. So yeah, there you go. That's how I've been putting these boxes together. I'll show you them in situ very shortly. So here we are, kind of finished. So this is kind of work mode. So I've still got all of this space to put my beer kegs and beer cases, and it seems to be big enough for sure. Hold my beer. So all of this side, you can't see this side. Can you see this side? No, but this is the same as this side. So it's got 3 holes. So let's have a test. So if you take this one out, I'll just chuck this over here. And you take this one out. I've not obviously fastened these down to the ground, and there are merits to not fastening them on the ground, is that you can move them totally out. I mean, when they're down like this, they're mega stable. So unlike the table, we call this the unstable table. I don't know whether it'll fit, but it might do. Let's have a look. Gotta love the unstable table. It's pretty low. Still too low. Hurrah for the unstable table. I mean, it's stable, but it is a bit unstable, hence the moniker. No, it doesn't fit. Oh, and look at that. It does fit. You won't be able to get in and out there. So I've got a bigger one, but you still won't be able to get in and out of that, hence the new table. But that does work there. So that goes on there. And then you get one of these padaroonies. Goes on there. Goes on there. And then you can take out the cushion, stick that behind. Murphy's Law. I'm going to show you one of these square cushions. And unbelievably, I'm now looking at the screen, it doesn't look square at all. But I presumed it was square, and I measured across here when I was thinking about this whole build. And it's 60. I'm like, yeah, that's sweet. That's what these boxes are. And I didn't measure it the other way. I just kind of thought it was 60 by 60, and it's not. It's 60 by 66. So like that cushion there, it doesn't quite fit onto the things one way, but it'll just overhang a little bit this side. So I'm guessing it'll be okay. So that cushion's in the back there. That cushion's actually just a little bit smaller. It fits in there, and you have your two-seater. Can I get in? Yeah, for sure. Winner. Pity about the view, but if you got your laptop on there, you could just like lift it out of the way. Yep, that works there. That works there, and sorry. So yeah, that's in two-person eat mode. Move the table out of the way, and then the next mode is putting them all down. So one would assume we'll just have it down like this the whole time that you're camping. It kind of makes life easier, but maybe not. Maybe having it up and down, because you can wheel the bikes. The bikes can go in the middle if you've not got too much stuff in the middle. So that goes down on there. Probably better that way around so you don't get the sharp edges on your back of your legs. And it matches the ceiling going that way. Two more of those bad boys. So I guess we can do without those. That's in bed mode. Get out of the way. So yeah, two 180 long beds. I'll move that out of the way a little bit. There we go. Obviously these aren't fixed like I mentioned, so they're just in place, but you know, they are proper stable. There's no need to worry. In fact, first time I felt the grass with my shoes off. Oh, lovely. Very nice. I can see the stars if it were night. So yeah, that's two single beds, because when you're camping it is easier to have two single beds, trust me on that. No need to disturb everyone. So right then, oh yeah, it's not in bed mode yet, of course. Dun, dun, dun. The whole van's just full of cushions. So that was the issue there with 66. So you just have to buy a mattress basically, or because that's movable, probably just move that out a little bit. Good enough for your feet. Move that out a bit. Oh yeah, you can move that out and it's not even going to be touching it. Ow. So it is better to have these movable, this last one movable and those ones fixed. You can just do that, and then your cushions fit. Winner! Winner, winner! Because your own feet are at this end, presumably, or probably. There you go. Now we're in bed mode. And yeah, the gap is here, so that's not going to affect you. Ah, even better. I didn't have a siesta today, I'm knackered. Anyway, on with the demo before I fall asleep. So that's in bed mode. Where's my beer? So today I'm drinking an alcoholic ginger beer, one of my specialities. The ladies also love it. So that's in bed mode. Let's just put it into probably how it would be most of the time mode. And it was a winner. There's one smaller cushion. It fits. And then this side doesn't have a smaller cushion, it has an even better cushion. And now we're in chill mode. Yes, winner. Can't argue with that. Although if I put in a little shrank on the end there, I won't be able to move that box to make the cushions fit.